Hi, I'm Beth with TB Properties Buys Land. Today I thought I would begin a series on what can influence the offer price on someone who's purchasing your property. There's many different things that can influence the price that someone's willing to pay for your vacant land property. One that I talk about the most is access to your property, and that includes both physical as well as legal access. So we want to make sure there's a road that you can physically get to it. But what's even more important is that it's legal to get to your property. If there's a private road going to the property, you don't have access to that private road. You could technically be trespassing. That could get you into legal trouble. Okay, or it could be very expensive in order for you to obtain legal access to your property in that manner. All right, physically being able to get to your property is also very important. Not having legal access to your property can make or break whether a company like TB Properties Buys Land is willing to purchase your property at all, okay, or not. So another important thing that we'll look at is, access to utilities. Sometimes with vacant land properties, we're looking for recreational property. And so people may not, need to have power or need to have rural or community water. But if someone wants to be able to use your property and have many different uses for it, being able to build on it, maybe for a retirement home or a cabin in the woods, that allows your property to be more than just a single use. It could be multi-use. This could be recreational. It could be residential. It could be even something, maybe it gets made into commercial, who knows. But being able to have access to utilities can increase the value of your property, thereby increasing an offer price that's made to you for your property. So, what does that mean, having utilities? Oh, there's a power line going across your property. Is there a meter that's been put onto your property? There's a cost to getting property, boring it under the road or across the road to your property. There's a cost in being able to put a meter at the property. So if you have power at your property, if there's already a meter in place, there's value there, right? Water is another important thing that we want to look at. Do you have city water going to your property if you're within city limits? Is there a rural water co-op that goes to your property, or county water? Now, is it on your side of the road or is it across the road? Does it have to be bored across the road? There's a cost to that, okay? Is there a meter that's been put in place? Can that water line even be extended? Maybe there's not sufficient water pressure. Even if it's at the neighbor's property, there may not be sufficient water pressure to get to your property. So these are all things that land investors or just, willing, property buyers are going to ask these questions. They're going to want to know this. So having utilities at your property can increase the value of your property, but you want to make sure that just, having it nearby isn't the only thing. So maybe we know that you don't have community water. The next thing we might ask is, how deep are the wells in your area? Okay. So, being able to, knowing that there's wells that are shallow wells, 50 feet deep, 100 feet deep versus 350 feet deep, or maybe there's very low flow in that area. These are things that, again, can increase the value of your property and thereby the offer price. We're getting long here, so I will come back and bring up some other ideas and some other options in the next video. But if you're looking to sell your vacant land property, feel free to reach out to TB Properties Buys Land for a price. We purchase vacant land properties all over the country with cash, and we always close through title for safety on both sides, for you as a seller and us as a buyer. Thanks again for listening.